Hello everyone, welcome back to another Commander review for Magic the Gathering. We are in the Saviors of Kamigawa set still, and we're talking about Arashi, the Sky Asunder, which is one of the several channel commanders from this set, which I'm excited to talk about. I think channel is cool. I think there's a lot of synergies that have been coming out with Magic that I think we can play off of, so I can't wait to talk more about it. But Arashi, as far as the base information and stats go, is a legendary spirit. It's a 5/5 with a mana value of 5, 3 generic, and 2 green. It has an activated ability. Well, it has 2 activated abilities. One, while it is on the battlefield, for X green and tap, Arashi deals X damage to target creature with flying. As you can kind of see in the picture here, this is kind of a sky spirit, so it's really only going to affect things in the air, which is very thematic and flavorful, but not necessarily powerful. And then it has a channel activated ability, so X green, discard this card. It deals X damage to each creature with flying, so a little bit better there. Great way to get rid of a bunch of flyers on the board. And you can hide it in your hand and cast and activate it at instant speed. So it's almost like a trap card in Yu-Gi-Oh, which is really fun. So really cool card. Really only affects sky flying based targets. So you're a little bit limited there. Not as powerful as I would love to see, but flavorful, really fun, and we're gonna find ways to use it. No card rulings. Just remember that the first activated ability is while the card is on the battlefield. The second channel ability obviously requires it to be in your hand to discard it, which also makes this a difficult commander to play with because the channel ability is what makes this commander really cool. However, if you can get it into play and start using its activated ability, Predator Flagship is cool in being able to give creatures flying that you want to blow up. Not the greatest strategy. There are much better ways of doing this, I know, but I actually have used Predator Flagship in a mono green deck where I put the card in there solely because I needed to give a creature flying, so then one of my green creatures, whether it was like a spider or something, could eat it and fight it. So very fun, very interesting, definitely way too expensive on mana for it all, but you know, it gets the job done. A popular deck idea on EDH Rec, oddly enough, focuses on this anti-flying mechanic where you are trying to give your opponent's creatures flying so then you can abuse that power by, returning them to the earth or using the Stormfront to tap them down so they can't attack you. So you actually want to run as many give target creature flying abilities as possible so then you can utilize your anti-flyers to take them down, which is very fun and unique, definitely unique for sure. And then of course a fun janky deck idea. So as I said earlier, when it came to like spiders eating things that had flying, the big combo that I would use was the Predator Flagship with the Silklash Spider. If you go back, you'll actually notice that the set symbol on the Silklash Spider is the same as on the Predator Flagship. That is from the mono green Commander Frailes deck that came out years ago, pre-con. Really fun, really powerful, and it had both those cards in there for that purpose of giving your opponent's creatures flying, so then the Silklash Spider could eat them, which was really, really fun. So this would be a spider tribal deck, because spiders are great at fighting against flyers already, so you could run a lot of those give your opponents flying or give your spiders flying. Regardless of how it works, you have ways to protect on the ground and in the air, so it doesn't matter if your opponents have flying or not. And then spiders overall are just a really fun tribe, really cool, and they've over the years gotten a lot of support. And that is going to do it for Arashi the Sky Asunder. Really cool card, very flavorful card. However, like I said earlier, it's not too powerful. And I know my tier lists are not based on power level, they are based on the number of deck ideas that you can make with them. However, power does affect deck ideas, because the more powerful or generic an ability is, the more open it is, the more variety it has to build decks with. This one is a little too focused on fighting against flyers specifically, that there's just not a lot of support for what it's trying to do. So it does not have a lot of deck ideas built around it. So it does have the tier rank of F. However, I think we can play around with some ideas to try and give it some more variety. Spirit Tribal is obviously something you could play with this commander, even though it's not the strongest spirit. It does have Channel, so even though it would be in your command zone and it wouldn't necessarily work as a discard commander, but maybe you could play it as a mono green discard or mono green cycling style deck maybe. There is the possibility for more support for this card. Maybe you do 5-drop Tribal, which is doable, but there's a lot of variables in there. There's a lot of missing pieces in this archetype. So I understand why it does not have a lot of support and love right now, but I think there could be in the future, depending on whatever Magic is doing for future sets. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything I missed or any cards that you think would really synergize well with this commander. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!